Instruction decoder or microcode engine. This is the main unit which is responsible for decoding the instruction. This instruction decoder is responsible for decoding the instruction. The instructions or opcode fetched from the memory are placed in the IR register. IR register, that is instruction register. Once the opcode enters into the microprocessor, it must be decoded in order to generate control signals for what to do next. Okay. A unique set of control signal is generated according to the instruction types. For example, if it is an instruction or opcode for addition, then addition related control signals are produced. If the opcode is a comparison instruction, then comparison related control signals are produced. The decoder decodes the opcode and produces the necessary control signals as illustrated in the figure. This figure. See here in this figure, instructions are fetched from the memory and are placed into the instruction register, that is IR register. Then it is transferred to the instruction decoder, or microcode engine. This instruction decoder then generates the control signals for other units of the microprocessor. Okay. This instruction decoder is also called microcode engine. Next, interrupts. In a typical microprocessor based control implementation, usually the external input devices such as sensors, analog to digital converters, input ports, programmable interrupt controller, direct memory access controller, etc., are interfaced with the microprocessor through some special lines called interrupt lines or interrupt pins. And these lines are input lines. Okay. Generally, the data transaction from the external devices into the microprocessor is not implicit, for which a request and acknowledgement type signal is needed. Request and acknowledgement type signal. The external device sends an interrupt signal to the microprocessor when it wants to establish a dynamic link for data transaction. For example, when analog to digital converter completes its conversion process, that is analog signal to its digital equivalent, it can request the microprocessor in terms of interrupting it to accept the digital data for use. Analog to digital converter interrupts the microprocessor, informing that it is ready to transfer the digital data. The microprocessor then sends an interrupt acknowledgement signal to the analog to digital converter. Then only data transaction takes place. In order to handle several devices, more numbers of interrupts lines are required. A microprocessor must have adequate number of interrupts lines in order to deal with the acceptable number of devices. Here in this figure, this is microprocessor unit. This one is analog to digital converter. This one is sensor. Okay. Why we require this analog to digital converter? Because this sensor output is analog, but microprocessor accepts only digital signals. So for that, to convert analog signal to digital signal, we require this analog to digital converter. Okay, and these all are in interrupt pins. When conversion is over, that is analog signal to digital signal, then this analog to digital converter sends request signal to the microprocessor to inform that it is ready to transfer digital data. In response to this request signal, this microprocessor sends acknowledgement signal. Okay, then this analog to digital converter transfers the data to the microprocessor. Okay, thank you.